Guys, let's not fall for this Andrew allegation arrested nonsense. Have we not learned yet that everything these people do is strategic and it's all just to influence the way we think and how we're perceiving everybody involved? Because of course, the great British family has risen as the first to make a serious arrest. The one desire all have been just dying for since the files dropped, and none other than their own Andrew to be arrested. And now the public think, oh, England's doing it right. You guys are so dumb. This world is so dumb. I've spent so much time trying to reason with how I was born into such a brain dead world. Because do you really think that they care at all? Virginia's already dead. She died last year. Rest in peace. Right? The one who came out about her, she was accused of this, that, and the third, right? I was just thinking, last year, I found myself in an unfortunate situation which landed me in hospital, right? And I actually ended up in hospital against my will, but that's another story. What I'm bringing up about it, right? And I'm going to go into the history of why the royal family is so desperate to protect their reputation, right? Because it's the only thing they had. It's the only thing they have. If they lose the people, I've done videos about this years ago, just like I did videos about all of this stuff years ago when I was still called a conspiracy theorist. You flipping dumbass idiots, right? And the royal family, right? This is the relationship between the royal family and the members of parliament, right? The thing about it is, technically speaking, the royal family is the sovereign power in the country, as in, technically speaking, as far as I've understood from looking into it myself, Charles can deny decisions made by the members of parliament, but that's highly unlikely to happen. And I've explained that to you guys before. It's unlikely because historically what it actually ended up happening is where the members of parliament were more favoured by the people, the royal family kind of took more of a step back because they realised they were going to lose the people. So everything they do is to not lose the people. Every single thing they do, because all these people do is get on planes and go and do some random charity work and shake people's hands. I remember thinking as a kid, these people are literally paid just to shake people's hands, have charities, Charles is one of the charities I knew a lot about because when I was first starting a business, it was when I came across the Prince's Trust. And it has they do a lot of good things, and it's all for people who want to start a business under the age of 21 to kind of support you, which again has questions. We need to question some of these things now. But anyway, I thought that's nice. Somebody, all that trying to see the better in people has ever done has been disappointing. All that trying to give people the benefit of the doubt has ever done has produced disappointment. And this is what they're banking on us doing. Because now it's the royal family is seen to be arresting Andrew. And notice again, you know what I told you guys about how people, the reason I don't like the English language in general, words in general, is they get used strategically. So we all strategically, a few years ago, and I did a whole series on Prince Andrew. We used to call him Pervy Prince Andy, for those of you who've been around long enough. I have a whole playlist on the royal family, actually. Again, haven't even had to make a video in that in so long. And so Pervy Prince Andy, right? I find it funny how they obviously strategically took away his princehood, right? In some strategy is in order to protect what they care about the most, which is maintaining their power and what the people think of them, right? It's a similar situation with Harry and Meghan. I don't ever think it was anything really other than Meghan maybe creating up more of a fuss. I think the issue was more to do with the fact that she was American as opposed to black even, right? Because They need to maintain control. And one of their ways they maintain control over the country and also of people in the world is they have to create this really false identity of themselves. Because when you talk to people about this country, yeah, they act like we've actually got... Oh, I forgot the kids are on holiday. They act like... This might be a good thing, actually. Maybe people will leave me more alone. So anyway, I find it fascinating how people seem to talk about this country, right, as if it's like, as if you can even feel a drop of the energy of whatever these conqueror ancestors were who, you know, had this whole colonization story arc, right? The British Empire and all. And it's like, realistically speaking, yeah, this country is so much weaker than people realize, like, so much weaker. The only reason that Charles has so much power is because a lot of people still haven't up and left the Commonwealth, which I've been saying people should, because they're also very selfish and disloyal. You see that with their historical relationships, at least as long as I've been alive, with Europe and America. And now they've all got their little alliance with Australia, AUKUS, right? America, UK, US. And it's like, have you guys never not realized that these people, and I'm not talking about the British public, I'm talking about the royal family in particular. Have you not realized they only care about themselves? Like, I learned that lesson very quickly. And so you see how they were with Europe. They were never really, like, they're the ultimate. This is what I said, they're the best slave masters that can exist. And they always do things really strategically, like not teaching us in school about Americans getting our independence, but being quick to let us know that, oh, we abolished slavery before the Americans did. We know we did this, but like with Europe, I don't think I could ever really class this place as European. Like, it was just as good as words. That's what I'm saying. They're just like the most toxic person to be in a relationship with, the most toxic, selfish person, because they'll convince you and they'll have you under like some spell that they're like, have got your back, or that there's something to want to be so buddy-buddy with. But in reality, you're better off the further away you are. That's why I'm like, America and Australia have let me down, thinking that there's ever any type of thing called having an alliance with this country. And I'm talking about the royal family in particular. And then also, even with that, with America, it's like, you're going to slag them off all the time, yeah? We're talking about, oh, the dumb Americans, gunslinging, whatever's over there. But at the same time, how comes there's all just American businesses showing up in this country ever since Brexit? How comes we're now having all these alliances? I thought they were dumb over there. I thought that we felt better over here. And again, that's just a false sense that they've sold people here, because it's like, well, Americans did defeat you, and that's why I don't want to talk about it. Like, so all of this for me is just one big plot, right? Because if the British public were to wake up, if they were to get like the type of energy that some other countries have towards their leadership, it would cause chaos. Because the UK doesn't really have a lot to offer the world. Even as far back as the transatlantic slave trade, it was all very technological based things that they could offer, that they either acquired from somebody else or had to manufacture. Right? They're not really growing anything special in the country. They don't have a whole bunch of space. It only takes 24 hours to drive from the southernmost part of England all the way up to the northernmost part of Scotland, right? 24 hours. So they don't have land mass. They don't have the strength of the people in general, because I'll be honest, this is what we're doing at this moment. I think everybody else in the world is harder working than people here, because again, it's the whole facade of, oh, but you've got free healthcare. Oh, but you have free this. It's like, yeah, all we have is more reasons to control you and more reasons for you to shut the hell up and never have anything to say for yourself or think for yourself, because now you're so comfortable. Because if you were to try and make an option, right? And I've run the numbers, because I've run numbers about living in different places from a tax standpoint and this and that. Let's not even forget my absolute favorite villain of all time, the Great British Pound Sterling, right? I'm just thinking now, I gotta go grab a few things. And the way, anyway, you know, so it's all staged, it's all fake, it's all about them trying to make everybody think, like, it's like, you know, in Wicked, I've never seen The Wizard of Oz, but in Wicked, right, it's exactly like this. You start out with like Elphaba and Glinda like obsessed with trying to like the wizard, oh my gosh, the wizard is so whatever, it will be an honor to meet the wizard. It's like how people talk about coming to this country, like what, and it's funny because as well, yeah, anytime any person in this country ever, like, they're so unproud of themselves, they're always like, why would you live here if you don't have to live here? Like, this place is a horrible place. I'm like, where is your patriotism? No, defend yourselves. Listen, I'll defend the freaking, oh, there's a friend's meal at McDonald's. Oh, we're surprised another fast food chain has another gimmick, right? Probably costs about £50 billion. And so dumb around here. And by around here, I mean around the planet. But yeah, you have the wizard, and everybody's all like desperate for like acknowledgement of the wizard, you know what I mean? Like, I would just love to meet him. Everything I've heard about the wizard, right? It's like how some of us who've immigrated get treated like, oh, you rich, because you're over there, like you're privileged. Like, that's why a lot of people, like as a black African girl, yeah, a lot of the issues I have with my own people is just the way they immediately treat you as a result of you being in this country, as if that's the answer to all of every problem in life that exists. And also, where is your energy to build your own country? At least they're smart enough to work this hard to have us all under deception. So I got to give it to them. That's why I'm like, you know what? I used to pray to God, like, take me where the demons are, like, take me where the real enemy is. And it's dawned on me in the last few weeks. I think that's why I'm still freaking here, bro. I think that's why I'm here. Because it's like, oh, you're right at home already, darling. And it actually, honestly, is a smart strategy from God's standpoint, because a lot of other people are never, because again, it's so politically correct here. Oh my gosh, you have a religion, and that's the bit that got me. The fact that this country, yeah, is mostly atheist is one of the scariest things. Because you know what? We all have different beliefs, and we all have problems in our various belief systems, but at least we have beliefs. And that's the bit where I'm like, you guys just don't even believe in a God at all. We can't get a Vishnu in the room, a Buddha, a God. And that's again where I'm saying it's phony, because if you look at Charles's titles again, what shop is that? That looks so cool. I have to go there, but I need to fix my shoelace. Hold on. Yeah, Charles is king of the head of the Church of England. What the hell has he done for said Church of England? Which again, I really do think that all of my videos are going to circle all the way back to this country being the real villain at the moment, unbeknownst to folks. So of course they'd be the first to look like, oh yes, we're doing something. I never knew there was a whole bunch of buildings over here. It's very much giving crackheads would be around here vibes. I gotta see what this business is. But yeah, so jiggly. What the heck are they selling? This is what I'm saying. It's 2020, whatever the hell year it is. And there's just so many random products people are making. Okay. It's essentially a store entirely dedicated to over-consumerism, because it's just a whole bunch of random like fidget toys and just things. I'm so against consumerism. I can't even begin to tell you guys how much I just don't even care to buy anything, because it's just like I feel like we're just spending so much like this. It's not how it used to be anyway. So yeah, he's the head of the Church of England, but then your country doesn't believe, and then they want to be the ones to complain about, oh, people are coming to steal our country. I'm like, mate, you haven't got a single backbone left from your ancestors, it seems. who was ever fighting for anything of this country, not for the patriotism, not for keeping your religion. I respect countries where like they don't tolerate, like, you know, where is it? I think it's in India. They're like, it's like an 80% or 70% Hindu country. And that's why a lot of even Indian food, right? They essentially worship cows, like in the most extreme. But this is why a lot of their food doesn't have beef, because of how they see cows, right? And so even on a cultural basis, even if it's people who don't maybe follow it as heavily as others, it's still within like the framework of the country itself. Like even Vladimir Putin himself, right? I don't know what his religious beliefs are, but, you know, things like how, you know, you're really heavily tracked if you're an outsider coming into the space. And like, you know, they drug test people every like 6 months and stuff like that. And I respect all of that, because you know why? It sounds like you're fighting for something. Not to say that I agree with what people are fighting for, but at least, hey, there's a bit of fight in there. So now I live in the place of the most deluded people looking down on the rest of the world. Because the thing is, right, all it takes, even for like a lot of these African countries, like especially the ones I come from, all it takes is for a change of mindset overnight. If we had an overnight change of mindset, if we stopped caring so much about the West, everybody stopped meat riding the West. Like Western society has got such main character syndrome. Like it's actually insane, and everybody buys into it. And I'm like, this little tiny little pipsqueak of an island, really? And what are they offering you other than this royal family? And what else, really? I will say British television is my favorite because, well, it is heinous. Hold on, I gotta go in here. Sorry, you guys, this is me speed running all the errands I've been avoiding for like the past like 3 weeks. I'm trying to just get it done because I have to come out during people time in order to go to certain places. So now I have to come out during working hours into the public space. The absolute last place I ever want to be. But anyway, things got to get got. And things got to be done. But yeah, that is such a cute cowboy hat. Oh my gosh. That is such a cute cowboy hat. And then here we have all crystals and all demonic stuff. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know why anybody's acting like Charles and these folks are like ever doing anything in favor like of the wider public. So these are just the things that bewilder me. I need to think carefully. Hold on. And I need to buy like 30 packs of everything because I need to avoid this situation completely. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why people like there's just so much wrong with it. So now when I'm seeing all this child stuff, do we do this while we're here? Now that I'm seeing all this child stuff and people acting like, oh my gosh, there's some justice coming. Can I be really honest? It's not happening. They just need to appease the public, because if they upset the British public, like I don't think people realize how in fear these people are of losing their power, right? This is what I've realized is happening with a lot of the leaders of the world right now. They're all afraid of losing their power. So that's why. Okay, we are successfully speed running through this. I think I've got one more store to go to because I had to get stuff like there's certain places where I get certain items. Like my skin is suffering, as you guys have been seeing for the past couple of weeks. It's because I need to buy my tea tree oil in the place where I get my tea tree oil. So I have some, but it's just not up to scratch, evidently. So anyway, I don't know why anyone is acting. Lord, I'm begging that I don't see anybody I know. But I have no choice. I have absolutely no choice, which is unfortunate. To be out at this time. I've been avoiding it for like a month. So I'm getting everything I need to get, and I'm getting the freaking hell out of Dodge, man. Oh, and I need the Casio watches. I want the one that's got like the little calculator on it, because I have a Casio watch I've had for years, and I absolutely love it. I don't think I ever want anything more than a nice little humble Casio in gold, because you know, girlie's a nerd and all that. So everything Casio. which actually, now that I think about it, in my dreams last night when I actually managed to sleep, I actually dreamt of like my dream calculator, my dream scientific calculator. That is insane. I just realized that now, because then I woke up and I realized I didn't have it. Now, this is the worst thing about waking up, is realizing it's still freaking here. Yeah, I don't know why anybody ever thought, this is dangerous. I don't know why anybody ever took any of this stuff seriously. And why anybody is, because it's just another performance. Like, it's all one big performance. And how many times are you going to fall for the same dumb, stupid things? Like, this is something I really don't understand. Because how many times have I been told the same things, even like growing up from the older generations, like, oh, you can never trust a politician, you can never this, you can never that. But then it's noisy in here. Oh, an iron brew. Oh, I would love an iron brew. Let's not get distracted now. Oh, what a surprise. All the stuff from Valentine's Day is now on sale. These are the other things I think are just dumb about humans. Like, we literally you go out of your way to do everything on one day just for it, literally 24 hours later to be cheaper. But you wasted the money, and for what? To participate in some stupid group event. Oh my gosh, I think everyone's so dumb. All right. Yeah, Easter, whatever. Let's get what we came for and dip. Okay, I can't believe I went out of my way to find these specific items, but it had to be done. Oh yes, no, I haven't had black. Oh yeah, I need black nail varnish. I need to get black nail varnish. That's a must. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, why? Okay, mission accomplished. I can't believe I record my videos like this, but you know, it is what it is, because I'm going to sit down and do a proper series, or I plan to, today, and it's going to be a juicy one, because I'm going to share some things I've never shared before, in light still of all this Epstein stuff. But yeah, anyways, the long and short of it is, I don't understand why any of us are taking pride in absolutely anything when it's all a shambles. Like, we're all just falling for every single piece of, like, they literally, what do they call it? Breadcrumbing. They literally give us breadcrumbs. People are like, yeah, something's funny happening. Nah, bruh. No, I'm not satisfied. And then they're like, oh, and now the investigation into his residence in such and such in Sandringham has come to a conclusion, and now they're just continuing on the investigation now that he's been, you know, what's the word? When you're no longer arrested. Like, because they can only keep you for 24 hours or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, do you not think that all of this, like, 5 years, let's say that even I've just at least been talking about it, was not the perfect amount of time for them all to destroy evidence? And then the jury of the freaking stupid sheeple are going to be like, oh, you know, they didn't find anything, so I guess there was nothing to the claims because they didn't find any evidence. It's like, yeah, bust in and get the evidence now, which circles me back to the situation I found myself in, yeah? And this is why I feel like, yeah, the Lord just be letting me live my chaotic life as I live it, because I be learning stuff, yeah? So I was obviously not in trouble for anything, right? And it's an unfortunate number of times that I end up in this. I feel like as soon as I ever put my guard down in any way, like I ever try to just enjoy life, something bad happens to me. But anyway, so sorry, I've been watching so much stuff about Epstein and all of this. I keep thinking I'm seeing one of them. Anyway, and the thing that has struck me, right, especially with everything that's been going on, is how quick they were to do so many actions, right? And it really ticked me off. So, like, they arrested this guy who was there at the situation, but he didn't do anything bad. He was actually there because he witnessed something horrific happen. And so he was there at the situation, and they immediately arrested him without even me saying anything, without me putting out a claim. I had to literally tell them, listen, you need to let this guy go. Like, they kept him overnight for 24 hours. They confiscated his car. All I was thinking about as all of this is happening, and they're all trying to be like, we're so worried. Well, tell us what happened. You can be honest if you don't feel safe to talk. I'm like, so this possible? What I'm thinking is, all you guys are showing me is that everything that we're saying, we're wondering why isn't it happening. All you're showing us is that it's possible. because now you're acting like we need to bring down every single thing in order to protect me, my whittle shelf. I'm like, where's that energy for these lot? Oh, let's pray that that's the last time before I turn 29 that we have to do this. Oh, the piercing shop is right there. But we will walk away respectfully. Yeah. So, anyway, you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. Like, it's all just kind of dumb and stupid. Watch me now start recording the next batch of videos before I get back. What is this? Some club event they had for Valentine's. Oh, I've got to see what this is about. What are people wasting their money on this year? Or were they? Okay. Also, what's this building here? But yeah, anyways, you guys, you get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. Like, it's all just one big performance, and it's all just not even really real. So I don't know why we're all getting excited. Like, this is what I'm saying, that we're actually slaves, because people are actually excited. Like, do you know what I envision? Do you know what I envision for this whole situation? I'm envisioning it. None of this, let's just arrest them and let's just slap on the wrist. No, we need to do this like old school style with like a big, huge wall, right? And a whole bunch of ropes attached around their necks where somebody is pulling the trigger in front of everyone to remind everyone what's going to happen if you're messing around with people's flipping, consent. So everybody can see. Make it into a spectacle. Or this little slap on the wrist. Oh, he's been arrested. Oh, he's let back out again. Do you think they care? He's still got more properties, probably. The amount of, I wonder how much money, how many people who are all excited about this, how much money he has in comparison to all those people put together. If you're telling me like the things these guys are getting here, it sounds like a holiday. What do you mean? I get to be on my own piece of land with just a slap on the wrist in a beautiful castle in England where everything that I need and more, and even more is going to be paid for. I'm being paid to hide away. That sounds like my freaking dream. That is my dream, because you guys know that's literally what I've been wanting to do, is to move to somewhere like in Antarctica where there's no one and build my castle with my 5 huskies and my 9 huskies, my 5 Siberian tigers, and my 4 Icelandic horses, and just be left the hell alone. So you mean to tell me, oh, you can't be on social media, you can't be seen anywhere, and we're going to pay for everything else that needs doing? That's heaven. I'll write books. I'll come like, the hell? So, oh, we just hope for the arrest. We're getting the evidence. We're all so dumb. So like I was saying about when I was at this police investigation, I was thinking, the hell I want any of you guys to do anything, because when it's these freaking predators, you seem to never be able to put them away for like literally anything. But then when it's just now, it's us folk, you want to be all, oh, what happened? And I'm like, this guy literally, thank God this guy was actually there. And they're like, you can open up if you would prefer to speak to somebody in whatever. And all I'm thinking is pure fury in my head. Like, so it's possible. Like, this is what I'm saying. Every experience I have, it backfires. I'm like, oh, so it's possible. You could arrest a man with I haven't said that he did anything. I haven't accused him of anything. And you now want to put him away and want to hold him on investigation and whatnot. All right, without any evidence. But all these other folks who've got numbers and numbers of people actually making accusations, right, from situations with some kind of evidence to at least suggest that they were in these places, and we haven't been making arrests all these years. Nah, bro. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any flipping sense. And I just realized this is why you're all a scam. I was like, don't waste the taxpayers' money on this. It's just an average day at the office called being a woman, being a human. Nothing crazy happened, like literally. And again, the only reason I'm not really sharing the details is because the police, they haven't confirmed that they've closed the investigation. Because even with that, they were like, even though you said you don't want to press charges or you don't want to continue this investigation, we might have to continue it just to make sure, like, as if like, oh, just so we make sure if there's any bad ones out there, we get them. I'm like, you hypocrites. You frigging hypocrites. Now that is this, now that it's me. I'm telling you that I'm good. I'm telling you nothing happened. I'm telling you all of this. Me, myself. I'm telling you, because then they started to ask me about what really happened. And I was like, listen, I'm not prepared to start this fight right now, because the people that you need to worry about are people I don't want to have to take on, because they were like, oh, it's going to take on a 2.5 year thingy. And I'm like, yeah, so who's there to be watchful and all doing all this protectiveness when I'm just roaming the streets like now? Because imagine that I did open investigation. Now I'm here just roaming the streets and I've called out people, right? I'm not safe anymore. Like with Virginia, look at her. Bless her. She tried to speak up. Everyone's like, you should speak up, you should speak up. This is the most brain dead. I just can't believe how stupid that like everybody is. Even just now, yeah, I was in the store, right, the other store. I was watching this, I was watching it. Like when I'm out, you guys know I like to observe people. And like watching humans try to adult, it's like watching a toddler try to build a house, except from the fact that it's only cute when you're actually a toddler. That's the thing about that. So honestly, it's quite embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite embarrassing. Watching people just flailing about, like, what are you even doing with your life? Like, what's the point? What was even the point? But anywho, I forgot why I came in here. Oh, I remember. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I am gonna do a video. I'm gonna be coming back to talk to you guys all about just because yesterday all night, it's crazy how things work out, but like virtually all night I could not sleep because I just started to think about this whole concept of consent, right, in this world that we're currently all living in together. And the more that I started to think about it, the more I started to realize that, like, the more I started to realize, like, it actually genuinely is the older generations that are the problem. And I'm not even making a big fuss out of nothing, because I was going back through my life, right? And I was trying to think, when is the first time, you know, I heard about this, or that this happened, or that happened? And I was kind of like tracking through. And as I was doing such, it became glaringly obvious that the only ever times in my life as a child, you know, because there's this whole obsession with sexualizing children and stuff, yeah? It was always because of adults that those things were even remotely on my mind. As in either like Christian people trying to be like, oh my gosh, I saw you talk to a boy, don't get pregnant, you're going to get pregnant. And then they're just like, you know, obsessing. Or the people that would try to groom you on the internet. Outside of that, I'm not even knowing about half this stuff. So then I started to think more into that. And then I started to think about my experiences. And I started to realize, because I have an example of how, you know, it's crazy how you have like all these church leaders, even the Mormon people, talking about, you know, man can't control himself, so you guys got to dress modestly and you got to do this modest. And it's like, bro, I've been in situations where I've been literally half entirely naked and not a whiff of any weird behavior. So something isn't adding up. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Okay. I just need to get like literally 2 things. Oh, I need to get... I need to get like literally 2 things, and then I'm going to skedaddle, because this is enough of human interaction. So come back for that, because I'm going to drop the tea. And I'm going to show again how backwards everything actually really is, because it is so backwards. And all the people that everyone acts like we should be able to trust are the ones we can't trust at all. And all the ones that people don't want to trust are the ones who, are, in my experience, have been the most trustworthy. So I'm just kind of like, well, this is crazy. There's got to be something wrong with this chicken. I'm so paranoid now. Anytime I see anything, I'm like, right, it came out of a lab. Anyways, guys, so I'm going to go. Because if life's a game, it's play to win. So I will see you all. Do come back, because it's going to be... I'm going to tell it all. I'm just going to tell it all. Because I really feel like a lot of people in the world deserve exoneration, and a lot of people in the world need to be really put to the whatever you want to call it. All right. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.